National Hajj Commission has made the necessary for your comfort.
The preparation is very good.
I'm very happy, extremely happy, because this is my first time.
And I prepare to follow the rules and regulations given to me.
اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك له لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Glad to be with you once again on the program as you answer the call. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular host on the program. On Wednesday, the 13th of July 2022, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and its major stakeholders met in Mecca. And the purpose was to take stock of the Hajj operation after the completion of the core Hajj rites in Mina, Arafat, and Muzdalifah. What transpired at the post-Arafat stakeholders meeting is the focus of our Spotlight segment. Also coming up are other regular segments such as NAHCON News Diary, Making the Hajj, as well as greetings and goodwill messages from pilgrims. Stay with us.
I appeal to you to respect instructions of your pilgrim officials because they are your guides and have been instructed on the needfuls. I beseech you to recall that this Hajj is a peculiar one because of the pandemic. As such, I hasten to advise you to abide strictly by all health regulations while in the kingdom and even after you return. Safeguard your valuables and do not carry along any prohibited item into Saudi Arabia as a sign of honor to the host country.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program kicks off with the News Diary.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has commenced the airlifting of Nigerian pilgrims back home. The journey began with pilgrims from the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, instead of Borno State due to late clearance for Max Air by Saudi authorities. Flynas airlifted 847 pilgrims from the FCT in 3 flights and 420 from Osun State. The first flight by Max Air landed in Maiduguri with 515 pilgrims, while Asman will begin its own on Wednesday the 20th of this month. The pilgrims are arriving with their luggage and also receiving the 5-liter Zamzam water. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, says it has lodged complaints with Saudi authorities over poor feeding arrangements in Mina and Arafat. NAHCON management confirmed this while inspecting pilgrims' tent in Mina. Some pilgrims and officials used the opportunity of the inspection tour to complain about the feeding services. The inspection exercise was divided into 3. Team A was headed by NAHCON chairman, while teams B and C were led by NAHCON's commissioners.
The issue of feeding. We have a problem of feeding yesterday and today, and we talked with the contractor and he said he's going to redouble his effort. But we want you in NAHCON to consider this kind of things because a lot of work has been done to you, but we want you to redouble your work, most especially in Mina.
We got the complaint across. We've already done a letter to Muassasa, who took over, who the Saudi government gave this responsibility this time. And we are reporting, we are petitioning them so that when we look at the letter we have written in Arabic, the English version is also there. So, which we are going to, the letter has gone, this is just a copy for all groups to show.
Elsewhere during the inspection, there were complaints about medical services.
Gaskiya tun da muka zo in dai ban da wannan matsalan da aka ce na abinci ba wani issue kuma shi ma ba wai wani abun gaba ne. Sai dai kuma matsala daya wajen magani. Sometimes muka je wajen an san magani sai a ba mu ƙwara guda, in muka ce to a ƙara mana man sai a ce mana ai ba mu kaɗai ba ne ko kuma babu ne.
The commission promised to look into all the complaints and take appropriate measures. Sequel to the challenges faced by the pilgrims on feeding, the management of National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON has met with the establishment of the Mutawif for pilgrims of Africa and non-Arab countries, known as Muassasa. The meeting had in attendance NAHCON board members, Chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, Senator Adamu Bulkachua, and Chairman, House Committee on Pilgrims Affairs, Honorable Abubakar Nalaraba, and tour operators. It focused on two issues. One is the failure of the International Bank Account, IBAN, to remit money for tour operators.
The issue of the IBAN account, where the total transfer we made on behalf of the tour operators is 99 million Saudi Riyal, 99,482,367.76 halala on behalf of 176 tour company in Nigeria. Of this transfer, 53 did not hit the account, and only as recent as the 3rd of July, 21 entered the account, and after a few minutes, it also left the account. Because of future Hajj, we will need explanation on why this happened so as to forestall future occurrence. It's important for us to know why this happened, because by this transfer not taking place, many of these tour operators has incurred losses from tickets, losses on hotels, and left many pilgrims in Nigeria stranded. So it's important we know why did this happen so that we will not allow it to happen in the future.
The other problem is that of poor feeding arrangements in Mina. Responding in Arabic, Muassasa Chairman Dr. Ahmad Abbas Sinadi assured NAHCON of their readiness to investigate the matter thoroughly, noting that their main objective is to serve pilgrims in line with all contractual obligations. At the end of the meeting, Dr. Ahmad Abbas had this to say.
Extremely proud to be of service to our Nigerian Hajj. They are our brothers in Islam, and they are our guests, and they are the guests of Allah. There is no job that has a higher honor than to serve them. Also, our desire is not only to serve our Hujjaj coming from Nigeria, but our objective is to delight them, which means we would like to go above and beyond all contractual obligations so that the Hajji is happy.
He said Muassasa will train Nigerian cooks and also facilitated the exportation of foodstuff from Nigeria in order to have food to the taste of Nigerian pilgrims.
You are still watching As You Answer the Call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria NAHCON and other Hajj-related matters. As part of efforts to consolidate on the successes recorded and to also address challenges experienced in the course of the Hajj, NAHCON management and other key stakeholders held the usual post-Arafat review meeting in Mecca last week. Several issues associated with the 2022 Hajj were discussed at the meeting. For details about these and more, stay tuned for the next segment, Spotlight. Don't go away.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
The routine post-Arafat meeting, just like the pre-Arafat meeting, offered stakeholders the opportunity to review the arrangements put in place during the Hajj exercise, particularly in Mina, Arafah, and Muzdalifah, and many more. And so, On Wednesday, the 13th of July 2022, NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan presided over this year's post-Arafah meeting. The chairman, in his remarks, reiterated the commitment of NAHCON to address the challenges facing the Hajj industry, saying the preparations for 2023 Hajj is underway.
We must start today the preparation of Hajj 2023, knowing that Arafah is 350 days away. There is no time for further delay. We will start inshallah today. We must, however, say that those pilgrims left behind with valid visas will be considered as priority for 2023 Hajj, while those seeking refund will be obliged immediately. We will commence reconciliation with state operators and other service providers, also with the aim to ensure full and total refund where necessary.
While appreciating all stakeholders for the support, Alhaji Zikrullah said plans are in place to ensure that the over 7,000 Nigerian pilgrims who did not go to Medina before the Hajj visit the city as required by the provisions governing the Hajj exercise.
For those who have not gone to Medina, the second phase Medina operation will involve 7,736 pilgrims. And in due course, we shall furnish the affected state the details for this. I cannot end this speech without thanking profusely the distinguished senator, as well as the amiable chairman of the Arts Committee, Honorable Nalaraba, both of whom has shown without doubt that they were not only proficient Hajj managers, but indeed they are still very, very adept in the knowledge of Hajj management. They have indeed been supportive in the interests of the Nigerian pilgrims.
In their review of Phase 1 of the Hajj activities, NAHCON Commissioner of Policy, Personnel Management and Finance, Alhaji Nura Hassan Yakase, and that of Planning, Research, Information, Statistics and Library Services, Sheikh Suleiman Momo, highlighted what has been done so far under their watch.
As for the state in Phase 1, we are able to finalize all the contract agreement with our service providers, and we have paid some deposit to them. And in the second phase that is coming now, we'll pay the remaining money for them. Also for the state, we are able to secure BTA for most or 98% of the state pilgrims. We have done that one. Maybe there are some little problem with some other states, but alhamdulillah, we got the BTA for all the states. As for the tour operators, that is why we have a challenging experience. It's a learning curve for us, because while we are trying to transfer money to their island, there is a lot of hiccups and a lot of things that we don't even understand. And alhamdulillah, today we went to the Muassasa and they have explained to us exactly what happened and the way to go forward.
The Hajj so far, the participations and all activities, honestly have been very wonderful. I must thank all the teams that we put in place to ensure this success. I have asked on several occasions through the Chief of Operations of Medicals, okay, as I speak to you, as far as the last time I know, we have, of course, recorded about not more than 3 that I know of last of deaths recorded.
Chairman, Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs, Senator Adamu Bulkachua, attributed some of the challenges faced to the short notice given to countries by Saudi government to prepare for the Hajj.
The time they announced this to the world was so short that all the Muslim countries of the world who intend to perform the Hajj had little time to make all the arrangements. And I'm a witness, because when we came in with the chairman to meet with the Minister of Hajj and the Muassasa,
and all other authorities responsible for the performance of Hajj. That was the first complaint we put across to them. And they apologized that they themselves got the notice at the same time as we did. So we shouldn't blame them, and indeed we didn't blame them. So under such tight condition, the Hajj Commission has to come back and do the best they could. So states, you may complain that you are not given enough notice, you are not told in time, because there are things that cannot be done until others are in place. Like you cannot sign any contract with any airline until you know exactly when Hajj will start. Hajj airlifting will start.
He then made this appeal to all stakeholders.
My fellow citizens and officials, please bear with the Nigerian government, bear with the Commission, and the promise I can only make is, inshallah, Hajj next year would be a better Hajj than the one we had this year. Inshallah.
On his part, Chairman House Committee on Pilgrims Affairs, Honorable Abubakar Hassan Nalaraba, has this to say about Hajj-related challenges.
There is no successful Hajj without challenges. So I would like to believe the challenges confronted during this year's Hajj is one among the several challenges in every year Hajj exercise. Though they are not, the challenges are not, they are not the ones that are not surmountable, but I believe the Hajj Commission did their very best to see that whatever challenges and problems encountered are being reduced to the barest minimum.
He said the House of Representatives will investigate the complaints it received from people, reiterating the lawmakers' support for NAHCON.
We shall continue to support and collaborate with the Commission in ensuring that Hajj and Nigerian pilgrims have the best value for their money in every Hajj operation.
Nigeria Ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Ambassador Lawal Yahaya, also echoed the embassy's support for better Hajj exercise.
We, as members of the mission, will do our best to follow up on other issues that are relevant to our mission here in the kingdom. We hope that we will learn lessons, we have learned good lessons, inshallah, in order to make the Hajj of 2023 a better one.
Heads of various ad hoc committees made submissions at the event focusing on the following areas: brief on Mashairil activities, Tradudiya and Jamara, medical matters, National Ulama team, Medina activities and helpline, as well as arrangement for return journey.
We notice a significant improvement in the facilities of Muna and Arfat.
In total, we saw about 12,152 patients in the Mishairi. 7,000 of them were males and females were less.
For the first time, there were buses provided from about 10 o'clock after moving all the pilgrims from Arafat to Muzdalifah.
Ulama team has started its work both in Mecca and Medina. They have gone round in pilgrims accommodation and they have given lectures on different aspects of Hajj rites.
When the 2022 Hajj operation is over, NAHCON and stakeholders are expected to hold more meetings for further assessment of the whole Hajj management process.
MashaAllah, we wish all pilgrims Hajj Mabrur. The program is As You Answer the Call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Keep watching.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم.
Pilgrims are done with all Hajj rites and are waiting to be airlifted back to their different countries. During the waiting period, they are expected to engage themselves in certain activities. On making the Hajj tonight, Chief Imam of Rivers State, Imam Ibrahim Barineka, gives an insight, and he begins by explaining Hajj Mabrur.
Al-Hajj Mabrur, meaning you must have performed the Hajj in accordance with the Hajj rites and in the fear of Allah, for Allah to accept your Hajj. So whoever comes into the Holy Land in order to perform Hajj, you are expected not to commit sin. You are expected to live the life of a Muslim, so that your ibadat, your activities in the Hajj will be accepted. That means all activities performed, done during Hajj is accepted by Allah, but only when it is done rightly.
Pilgrims are expected to visit the Kaaba frequently for tawaf and prayers.
It is clear that whoever continue in performing tawaf, all the reward will be counted for you. Hence, it is done correctly. Hence, it is done without fighting, without pushing, without hurting your fellow Muslim. And you are seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, as you continue waiting for your date, going back, and you continue seeking Allah's favor, mercy, inshallah, your reward continue counting.
Similarly, pilgrims are to perform tawaf wada on the last day they are leaving Mecca.
The tawaf wada is, if we are speaking in English, we said bye-bye tawaf. It's a tawaf of conclusion. It's a tawaf to end your activities. It's a tawaf that mediates between you and the Kaaba, to say, today I am going back.
Imam Ibrahim Barineka advised pilgrims to always have the fear of Allah in their dealings.
Alhamdulillah. Up next is goodwill messages from pilgrims. Let's hear them.
Let me start from my dad, Alhaji Zikrullah Rahim Tajumala. Is my dad, and followed by my wife, Haja Kharijat Ibrahim, and my children, Radiat, Abibullah, Muhammad, and Abdul Samad, and my family, everybody. I can't be mentioning their name, but Allah will always be with them.
Da farko ina farin ciki da zuwa wannan ƙasa mai tsarki, ina gaida kanena Alhaji Ado ya Udu dan Koka na ma'aikatar lafiya ta Madobi. Ina gaida iyali na Hajaru da Najatu da mutanen gida da makota bai daya.
Àwọn ìyàwó wa náà, àwọn ìyá wa, àwọn fámìlì wa, pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run lọ́dún tí ń bọ̀ wá, gbogbo wọn náà Ọlọ́run ó jẹ́ kí àwọn náà wá bí, àtàwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wa ní, àti bí tá níran kan rẹ̀ sí bí tá níran Ọlọ́run sá sórí fún wa, gbogbo tí a bá mọ̀ nínú alhamdulillah.
Hope the messages from some of your loved ones are well received. Meanwhile, viewers seeking clarification or have questions to ask on any matter relating to Hajj or Umrah management and operations can do so through this program. Relevant officers will be contacted to respond appropriately. We also welcome your messages, comments, observations, and questions through our mobile number and other social media platforms. Once again, Hajj Mabrur to all pilgrims believing that the lessons embedded in the Hajj will remain indelible. Ma'as-salam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا